I'll just give an introduction and we'll just start. It's 5 after. So I have been teaching yoga and emotional wellness for over actually it's going on 4 years now. And I specialize in teaching mastering the law of attraction. So getting what you want through your vibrational resonance. So I teach you how your emotions attract certain experiences in your life. Yes, it's probably true that we've attracted some less than ideal experiences. I sure have. And I didn't know until I got trained and learned these practices how I was attracting those experiences and those people into my life. And once I learned how to master these steps that I'm going to teach you throughout this course, everything was good in my life. I started to attract awesome miracles and amazing people and amazing experiences and the things that I wanted, material and immaterial. So that's my hope for not just this, but for the course. If you decide to join the course, great. We're going to go down that path together, and I'm here to support you. And not just law of attraction, but in yoga and meditation. I'll get into all that in a minute. But if you don't, at least today, you'll kind of learn some basic steps, what you need to feel confident in birthing naturally. And I'll show you some moves, some yogic moves as well. So if that's something that, maybe you can't afford it, and it's not terribly expensive. I make it super, super cheap. And there's scholarship. So if there's anything I can do to support in that, that's what we want. I mean, honestly, I don't care about the money. I just want to help bring babies into the world as naturally and as smoothly as possible. And even if it doesn't happen, naturally, let's say you get an epidural, at least you are calm, cool, and confident the whole time. So I have 3 babies. They're all kids now. I'm 33. I had my first one at UC Davis. I got an epidural with that one. I won't get into the details because they're less than ideal as far as what I would like you to start soaking in. So from here on out, you're going to only take in positive birthing experiences. If somebody in your family or friends group wants to tell you about how terrible their experience was, just say, stop me right there. I'm not interested in soaking that energy in and absorbing those images. They're not going to help me. So respectfully, I'm not going to listen to you. Please don't tell me. But I got trained in hypnobirthing after my first because I didn't like how that went. I really wanted a natural birth. And then for my second and third child, I delivered easy peasy naturally. It was amazing. Now, you're not getting pregnant, hopefully no time soon because you look young. And this is your number 2. Okay, cool. And your first. Awesome. So there's all kinds of myths with your first child. Oh, it's going to last this long in labor and it's going to do blah, blah, blah. Okay, none of that's true for you. Your reality is what you make it. And I'm going to teach you about that throughout this course. And for you, I was in the same position as you. I don't know what your first birthing experience was like, but did you have the epidural?
Yeah.
Okay, so I had the same, and then I got trained, and then my second one was like a piece of cake. I mean, she just came on out, and I didn't even feel any pain. It wasn't painful at all. My belief is honestly that it's not supposed to be painful, right? It doesn't have to be, because if you relax your body, the blood goes right to your uterus, and you'll learn about this in the course because we'll be studying this book together, and it goes through all the medical stuff, and it's written by a certified nurse practitioner as well, and she's the one who came up with this method. But if you relax your body, then the blood doesn't go to your extremities in flight or fight mode. It goes all to your uterus, and then your uterus does all the work, and then you really don't have to do anything. You kind of just chill and you just keep yourself relaxed. Sorry, this thing keeps coming down. So with my second child, I was just breathing in deeply and meditating. I even fell asleep for a little bit. My water broke. And I was like, oh, shit, it's time. I told my husband, hey, call the ambulance because I don't think we're going to make it. And he calls the ambulance and they're like, they're telling me that you need to get on your back. And I was like, no. And I was just on all fours and breathing, and I could feel her crowning. And it was just like pressure. It didn't hurt. And the ambulance came and they were trying to rush me out really fast, and I didn't like how fast they were. So I squeezed the guy's arm really, really hard as I could, and he slowed down. He got it. I didn't have to say a word. And then I got in the ambulance, was feeling fine, just breathing, got to the emergency room and took a deep breath in, and baby came out, and it wasn't painful at all. Sometimes the moaning happens. We'll talk about the breathing techniques and all that in the course. I want to hear from you guys, just how you feel about birthing, and that way I can best accommodate you. And then I'm going to talk about what we're going to do in the course, and then we're going to get into just questions, Q&A, and then we'll do a mini yoga flow and guided meditation. Sound good? Cool. So Kelly, would you like to start?
Sure. So I'm going to have a different birthing experience than a lot of people because I've been in different roles. I've delivered babies a lot.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of really terrible things happen in childbirth and a lot of really high risk things happen. So that makes you overall more anxious. I'm trying to just approach it with as low anxiety as I can as possible. I also kind of come from a place of privilege where I will be able to kind of do what I want at UC Davis with being able to already know the room setups and everything, and they'll let me have lots of support people there if I want, which is kind of nice because we all work there.
Right. And if they don't do what you want, you're like, I know where you work.
Allowing yourself to feel kind of control, but like also being in my workplace.
Right. Interesting. I'm excited to hear about how it all manifests. And throughout this course, we're going to be implementing practices, and I'm going to be checking in with how confident you are. So just off the top, between the scale of 1 and 10, the 10 being like, I'm super confident in giving birth naturally or whatever. How do you feel right now in this moment?
I know the baby will come out eventually. And I do feel more confident because, like, if I could convince my husband to deliver at home, we both are confident in delivering babies. So that would be cool. I'm going to go for it. So a whole 2 blocks away from our house to the hospital.
Nice.
I'm family medicine and psychiatry, so we do all vaginal delivery, so I don't do C-sections.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
We learn from midwives and stuff all through medical school.
This is great. I'm so glad you're here, so you can kind of give us the rundown on some stuff. But I would also say, please don't tell us the horrible stories. Okay, good. Thank you for sharing.
There's also so many wonderful, beautiful births that people have in all different settings, from their homes to the hospital.
Yeah.
Everything in between. So hopefully I'm looking forward to any sort of skill that I can gain during a very unique process.
Nice. That's my goal here, is to just give you confidence. However it pans out, we don't know how it's going to go. I didn't know I was going to deliver in the emergency with my second. I delivered my third at home because I was like, fuck it. I'm not going in. I know what I'm doing. It's my third. I'm going to catch my baby myself. My husband did it, but cool. So that's what I'm here for. Patricia? Oh, it's just, like, how do you feel, and maybe whatever you want to tell me.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of new experiences this time around. This is my last one. Everything about it was all around. I was really young, so my son's 11 now.
Oh,
so
dang.
it's been a while.
That's good. You gotta help her.
Yeah.
When the baby's here.
So there's a lot of intervention going on with helping and pulling me down and up and down, and how it can end up going to an emergency C-section. So I am going for a VBAC, and I'm hoping I'm able to do that successfully. And
Okay.
kind of cope with that pain the best I can.
Sure.
The last time it wasn't so good. I was like tensing up and doing everything I'm not supposed to from what I'm reading.
Yeah. This book is an amazing resource, and I mean it's the main resource that I use, other than my own yogic experiences and practices. So I think this will help tremendously. It did for me, same experience as you. So I'm confident in your abilities, and hopefully I can help you feel confident in your abilities as well. So that's cool. Is your kid together?
No.
Okay. This is your first. So during this course, what I love about this is that I'm going to help partners feel confident in your ability to support her. So I'm going to tell you the rundown of, what you can do, what you definitely shouldn't do, like wearing cologne during the labor, chewing gum, making sure your breath smells good, little things like that, but then bigger things like communication. That way you guys are on the same page. You already have a child, and you probably know that the first 4 months of having a kid is hard. I mean, your partner's not always doing what you want them to do. You're too tired to tell them. So what I love about this course is that we're going to get on the same page mentally and emotionally, you and your partners. And not only that, you're both going to feel confident in your abilities to support one another during this time. This is a sacred experience for you guys. And that's how I treat it. So thanks for sharing. I appreciate you. And that's my goal. I'm going to help you get that feedback.
Yeah, that's so amazing. I'm so glad you guys are here. I love your positive energy. It's so amazing.
Thanks.
So I actually never had no kids, but I became a doula because I love everything about pregnancy and birth. And I come from a very similar, viewpoint as you, and that just I fully believe like a woman's body is totally, made to do this, and it's not supposed to be painful. And and just giving somebody that type of, like you say, confidence and permission to like just allow your body to do this for you. And it is such a sacred experience. You've used a lot of great words.
It is.
Yeah, so I'm here. I really just want to learn all about this. I think it's just an amazing tool to have for me. And I think as much as I don't think it has to be painful, I think that we can always find more tools to like help assist with this. And so, a lot of people want to get epidurals, and I totally support whatever decision, a woman wants to make. But yeah, if there's something a little bit less invasive, like I just wanted to learn about it. So I'm super excited to be here.
Nice. Actually, I'm excited that you're here because I think it's great. I would love to have a doula around all the time when I teach these, because now I have somebody who perhaps needs the support and somebody who's willing to provide the support.
Oh, absolutely.
So in that regard, it's like, what? No, dude, you're fine. It's a blessing, honestly. It's like somehow this is a divine connection right here. So I'm always going to use some weird terminology. It's weird for people who maybe like subscribe to a particular religion, which I don't. I don't have a particular religion. I do have a degree in English and comparative literature and studied my master's in that. And then now I'm starting my master's and my PhD program in philosophy, cosmology, and consciousness. So I love studying different ancient wisdoms. And so I have a lot of knowledge in that sector. I don't subscribe to any one particular religion, but I am extremely spiritual. So I'll use maybe some phrases and terms that people will deem as weird. That's just me. So if it turns you off a little bit, you're feel free to tell me. Be like, well, that's kind of weird, or I don't get that. I don't understand it. I'm totally open to explaining it, and I'm not going to push my beliefs on you. They're not like hardcore set in stone or anything like that. Other than the fact that I think we're all interconnected, and that you are part and parcel of a divine energy that's out there. Call it God if you want, or don't. So during this course, you're going to learn how to self-hypnotize or hypnotize yourself. I'm going to teach you weekly meditation practices, and you're going to implement those practices. And I'm going to hold you accountable for how many times a week you've implemented them. Meaning, I'm going to ask you at the beginning of every class, hey, how many times did you meditate? How many times did you do yoga? And then how confident do you feel about giving birth in a natural or easy, smooth, calm way? And you're going to give me that number again. So right now we have like a what was your number? Like a 7 or 8? Yeah.
7.
Okay, 7. We have like a 6. So my goal is to measure your level of participation and then measure your level of confidence to see if we are going to receive the outcome that you want, the result that you want. I'm simply here to support what it is that you want. So even if that means you want to give birth in a hospital and get an epidural, I'm supporting that. And if it means giving birth naturally, I'm supporting that too. I really just want you to have minimal amounts of trauma upon your birthing day. What most women experience is very traumatizing, and then they have to heal from it while raising a newborn child. So ideally, there's no trauma involved. You're also going to learn different yogic moves to help relax your hips and strengthen your pelvic floor. Strengthening your pelvic floor and your arms is going to help you get that confidence, physical confidence in your ability to labor and deliver. And then relaxing the hips is going to open those hips easier. So, and not only that, but as you guys, and you're already in your 32nd week, you're probably feeling that stretching right here, maybe not. I mean, you're so cute and tiny still. Like, you probably don't feel that way, but you are. You really are so cute and all belly. Like, ain't nothing else there but your belly. But it starts to like kind of take a toll on your hips and your body. So the yogic practices I'm going to teach you even today will help relieve some of that pressure and help you feel a little bit more confident in getting your hips to open up. So each week you're going to receive a practice of flow. We're going to do it in class together. And then you're going to have, I have an online forum, which you guys will all be invited to. And so there will be videos there, which you can watch and continue to do those every week so that you are constantly preparing your body and your mind and your emotions. And then we're also going to learn, again, the art of manifesting, the 3 integral steps to law of attraction. The first one, I'll just talk briefly about it because I don't want to take up too much of the time today so we can get into some yogic practice and meditation. But the first one is to think it. You have to be able to see in your mind's eye what it is that you want to accomplish. You know, it can be anything from, for in this particular case, it's birthing. But when you want something like a car or a new job or a significant other that matches your vibration you desire, it's about getting into the details. First, think it. Get it. You know, what does a room look like where you're birthing? What time of the day? What smells are there that maybe you bring some aromatherapy? What blankets, what textures, what people, what sounds? Really get into the fine details of it. And this is the fun part because you get to dream. There's no limits. Dream big, you know? Nobody's in there telling you that's not possible. Maybe they're trying to get in. Don't let them. And we're going to talk about blocking off that energy so that you can continue to stay in your realm and your lane and your energy and create that Shakti, that force of energy that helps you manifest and attract. The second one is to feel it. So you're thinking very specifically about what you want, and then you're going to feel the emotions associated with that image and those thoughts. For example, if you want to listen to 106.1 on the radio, you have to physically tune your car radio to that frequency. But if you don't tune your frequency to that radio station, say you do it to 94.9 or something, you're not going to hear what's on 106.1 ever because your radio frequency is not tuned in. It's the same with your body. Your vessel is an antenna, and you got to tune your body into it. And how do we do that? Through our feelings, through our emotions. So think it and then feel it. What does it feel like to already have what you desire? What are the emotions? Generally, the thing that you want is associated with joy and happiness and gratitude and excitement and calm and relaxation, beauty. It's not in alignment with worry and lack of confidence and fear and, concern. Those are all a lower level vibration than your desire, which is a higher level vibration. So anytime you feel like you're getting that lower vibration coming through, and that happens, life is a roller coaster. It happens. We're going to implement the practices that we're learning, meditation, yoga, self-talk habits, mantras, just to get ourselves back to a space of neutrality, and then eventually back to that feeling of gratitude, excitement, joy. That way we're in alignment once again with what we want. Now, the more you are in alignment with what you want, the closer it is to you. And we're going to get into hardcore details. And this is about the fourth week that we really discuss, the third or fourth week that we really get into the details and have PowerPoints and all that, and we practice it. And then the final step, which is the hardest, which is what this program is really about, is allowing. Being in a state of allowing. And this has to do with two things: self-worth and your faith in something higher. Now, don't want to get all preachy, because again, I'm not religious, but do we have faith in something beyond our ego selves? Like, do you have faith in your highest self to perform and to do and to get through that hard shit in life, you know? Do you have faith in a higher power? Maybe you do have a religious practice or you are spiritual. Do you have faith that that can deliver to you what you desire? And then not only that, do you believe you deserve it? Because that's where it is. If you don't believe you deserve it, you will constantly have a low vibration nagging at you. And it will be very difficult to align yourself, because you will be telling yourself subconsciously, I don't deserve it, you know? And then so this is, you're going to be able to manifest. After this, not only will you be able to manifest a birthing experience that is calm and smooth, but you can manifest whatever else you need in life, even material things. And I do want you to get everything you want in life. I believe that when you get what you want in life, you're not going to be focused on, you know, money and cars and, you know, homes. You'll be ready to share what you've learned out into the world, and you're going to raise the vibration of our collective consciousness. That's really what I'm here to do. That's beyond birthing into you know, raising your children, which we're going to talk about too later on. We're going to prepare your partners. So hopefully he'll be able to make it on a couple occasions. I really, really would love him to make it for the final class. I have an assignment for the partners. It's secret for you guys. I'll let you guys know what it is about in the third or fourth week. But to have him communicate with me that way in the final class, which it would really be amazing if he could come. I have a little ceremony for you, because again, this is sacred, you know. You're going to, already talked about receiving weekly meditations and weekly yoga flows. Yeah, and so the goal here is just for me to help you gain that confidence and instill that idea that you can get what you want in life. Okay, you do deserve it. I don't care what your mom, dad, whoever the hell you grew up with, I know they've been influencing us. Okay, their time is done. You know, as adults now, it's like what we're learning is that we can take control of what's possible for us and what is our reality. Reality, the word, and again, I studied English and comparative literature, so I'm really into words and how they break down. Reality is a Latin term, realis, and the suffix ity. Realis translates to relating to things, and ity, is the state of being possible. It can translate to the state of being something, and it can be the state of being possible. So reality is relating to what's possible. Your reality is you relating to the things around you, people, influencers, the things they say, and what's possible, if you believe anything is possible. Questions, comments, concerns? Feel free.
What days are the classes?
They are Friday nights. It's the same time as this, so Fridays at 5. And let me just look at my calendar so I can not say it wrong. The first class will begin on April 16th. And then it'll go from there every Friday from 4 p.m. to about 7 p.m. I always bring snacks, because why not? You're feeding a baby. So last time I had a vegan couple and I had a gluten-free woman. So I usually try to accommodate. So if there's any food allergens that you have or preferences, just let me know. The beginning, you can let me know now if you decide you're gonna apply for the course or be in the course. It's $395 for the whole 6 weeks. You can pay it in parts because they're amazing. They just want to support, and I just want to support. They have scholarships and they have partial, like where you only have to pay a portion of it. And then there's also payment plans where you don't have to pay up front all at once. So we really want to make it accessible to everybody. So Fridays starting April 16th at 4 p.m. and it goes on for about 3 hours, 2.5 to 3 hours. There's breaks in between, and it's not
every week or every other week.
It's every week starting April 16th for 6 weeks. Correct. And hopefully he can, and talk to me about it. And I want him there at the last one. Any other questions, comments, or concerns? Okay. You're 32, right? Okay. You're 32 weeks.
May 13th.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so then we will have we'll have our last ceremony, our last class the week after your due date. So I would say, yeah, still, because you still have plenty of other weeks. I mean, the last week, there's no instruction. It's all ceremonial stuff. So the 13th is a Thursday. The 14th is our final lesson. So if if your water breaks like that night, you're like kind of in the best place because we have trained doulas will be around and midwives and such. So it's not a problem. And yeah, hopefully you can get that confidence within that time. I had a mom who the last series, she was same when she started. She still hasn't given birth yet. And her doctor's like, yeah, you're probably going to give birth early. And she's like a week late. Not late, because there's no such thing as late. It's like when your baby comes. But she's a week after her due date now already. So, you never know. Yeah, like chocolate cake and oh yeah, pizzas, the meat pizza. I tried to do that too in my first. It didn't work. Okay, so if there's nothing else, and if you come up with a question afterwards, I have cards there. Feel free to take one. There's hand sanitizer there too if you want. So like lavender. Feel free to email me. If you just want to know my experience, or if you just want to ask me a bunch of questions. I had moms just emailing me like paragraph upon paragraph about what they're going through and how they feel and what they think, and that's fine. I'm here for you. I know how it is 3 times. And this is your second, so this is your first, so it's like what to expect when you're expecting. Okay, so we're just gonna do some yoga now. I'm gonna show you some moves. So you have mats in front of you, and if you want to participate, you're welcome to too. Get your mat. What? That's what they all say, bro. Oh, hella funny.
They all say.
All the dudes. It's all good though. Yeah. Yeah, I know. That's funny. I try to get my husband to do it too, and my husband's a personal trainer. I'm like, bro, you need to stretch. You right. Okay, so we're going to start in child's pose today. And child's pose is toes together, knees apart, forehead to the mat. Now this position is great for when you're later along and you want to make sure the baby is in the right position. Breathing in from your nose, fill your entire chest with air. Exhaling it out and allowing your shoulders to relax. Shoulders down into your back, down into your hips. I'm just looking at you because I got to make sure that you're okay. Let's go for 2 more nice deep breaths here. And as you breathe again, become aware of your forehead and allowing your forehead to completely relax and become smooth. Oddly enough, your forehead is connected to the tightness of your vaginal area. So if your forehead is relaxed, your vaginal area will be relaxed. Good. Relaxing your hips. Now go ahead and come on up into tabletop position, bringing your knees to hip distance apart, hands on the mat, and taking a deep breath in to prepare. And as you exhale, push your mat away and arch your back towards the ceiling. Inhale to cat, lifting your heart up, sticking your tail out. And exhaling to camel, arching your back and pushing your mat away. Strengthening our pelvic floor area. Inhale to cat. Exhale to camel. And keep going at your own pace with your own breath. Couple more breaths here. I'm just going to put on some music. Take your time. It's a good stretch. How we go for friends. I like rap and hip hop, so this is the kind of yoga music I play. All right, now come to neutral spine. And now we're going to squeeze our side body and we're going to look at our glutes. And then squeeze our other side body, look at our glutes. So we're stretching our side body. We're also strengthening our core. Nice job. Remembering to breathe. Good job. Come to neutral. And we're dropping our upper body to puppy pose. So we're keeping our hips high, forehead and chest towards the mat, getting a nice back bend in. This is another great pose for putting baby into a proper birthing position. Gravity will take control, move their butt all the way to the top of your rib cage, just where you want it to be, and their spine against your belly. Nice deep breaths. Noticing your hips. Is there tension in the hips? Do we need to move our knees closer together so that you can relax them, or do we need to move them further apart? Now, your body is the authority, not me. So if there's something that you need to do to make your body optimally comfortable, please listen to your body and not me. All right, go ahead and come back up to tabletop position. Now I want you to move your hands, just rotate your thumbs slightly up and push into downward dog. Your ears come in alignment with your arms, and you bend your knees as much as you need to so that you can stick your tail in the air. There you go. Wow. Yep. Beautiful. Downward dog is more about having a nice straight spine than it is about straight legs. Walk your heels out and stretch your hamstrings. Nice deep breaths. Yeah, stretch those hamstrings. Yes, it is difficult if it's the first time doing it, so no worries. All right, we're gonna bring our right knee to our right hand, right knee to the right hand, and cross the ankle over. Keeping that right knee on the right side of our mat, come down for pigeon. You're gonna feel that stretch in your piriformis or your hip area. Take a nice deep breath. And as you exhale, relax into it as much as you can. Relaxing your hips. This position also helps to relieve anxiety. For many of my teen years and into my 20s, I suffered from depression and anxiety. This is definitely a good position to relieve a lot of that, to clear out your root and sacral chakras. In later classes, Patricia, I'll have blocks for you and stuff. And I will be asking you guys to bring however many pillows you feel you need to bring to be comfy. Nice deep breaths here. This also helps to relieve that sciatic pain that you might feel as your baby gets heavier. All right, let's go ahead and lift our hearts up. We want to stretch the hip flexor here. So lift your heart up. And maybe you stay here. Maybe you feel comfortable enough to lift your left arm up into the air and reach up high. Maybe you stay there. Maybe you come and grab your ankle or foot. So it's up to what your body feels like it can do. And then release if you've grabbed. Let's go ahead and come back into downward dog. We're neutralizing our hips and spine. Taking a deep breath in, walking the heels out. And then we're going to slide our left knee towards our left palm and cross that ankle over. We'll do pigeon on this side. Keep that left knee on the left side of your mat. That way you don't flop over. There you go. And come on down. And Kelly, bring that left knee over a little bit more. There you go. And then we want our hips to be nice and parallel to the earth. So we might have to slide that leg back, that other leg. Good job. Maybe you come to maybe you stay here on your hands because, you got a baby. Maybe you can come to your elbows. Maybe you can drop all the way to your forehead. What does your body want you to do? What will it allow you to do? Nice deep breaths as you recognize the tension in your hips. And you exhale and relax those areas of your body, relaxing your hips, your forehead, your shoulders. Does the music bring you back to the time you made the baby? No, it's fine. That's all I play is that love making music. It really sets the mood, I tell you. Couple more breaths here. All right, let's go ahead and reach our hearts up. Maybe we stay here and stretch that hip flexor. Maybe we're prepared to stretch it deeper. So we reach up and grab that ankle. Take a deep breath when you hold that ankle. And exhale, relax. We'll come to downward dog, or you can come to puppy pose. So puppy pose is just knees, chest to the ground. Maybe you can come to downward dog. It's up to you. I'll give you that option. Just to neutralize hips and spine. If you're in down dog, go ahead and reach your knees towards the ground, and we're going to pivot and face the long edge of our mat. Spread those knees wide. Point your toes out or back. And we're coming into frog pose. So you feel that stretch right in your groin area. Stephen, if you guys join, bring yoga pants. Great job. Nice deep breaths here. And again, we're relaxing in the hips. Couple breaths here. All right, come on up. Staying on the long edge of our mat, we're going to come onto our bottoms. Wide straddle pose, wide leg stance. Okay, if you need to, you can sit on the pillow. That way you can still keep a nice straight back. We don't want to round that lower back. Our back muscles, our multifida are very thin. We don't want to overstretch them. So if we can sit beautifully, wonderful, nice straight back. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, reach over towards your right toes and stack your shoulders so that your heart stays open instead of closed. That way we're stretching our side body here. Really feel that area of our hips stretching out. Nice deep breaths. And as you exhale, see if you can relax this area in your side body. You're finding that place between your effort and the ease of it. We don't want to be like, stretch. Just find that place where you feel a stretch, but you're not forcing yourself. Inhale back to center and reach up towards the sky. And exhale to the left side. And same thing here as you take deep breaths in, recognizing your hip and your side body and seeing if you can relax that area. Breathing in and out. You might notice that one side is tighter than the other, especially if you had a kid. I know I carried my kids on one side every time I carried them, and then sure enough, I'm all imbalanced. Couple more breaths here. Come back to center, reach up towards the sky. If you can, reach down the center. You don't have to come all the way. I don't want you to feel like you're pinching yourself from here. You're just stretching that inner area of your legs and hamstrings. All right, we're going to come into Shavasana, and we're going to get a little bit of a meditation in today. So Shavasana is usually on your back, but because you guys have that pressure of the baby on you, we can choose to lay on our sides, perhaps with a pillow right here on our hip. So laying on your side. So in the course, I will constantly say Shavasana, but this is your version of Shavasana. Okay, and I'm going to sit up and guide you through a meditation. Go ahead and relax. And as you breathe deeply in from your lower belly all the way into your chest, exhale and relax your shoulders. Allow your forehead to relax. Allow your arms, your torso, and your hips all the way down into your legs and your feet. Allowing that relaxation to flow from the top of your head all the way down to the tips of your toes. Releasing any tension. Now tapping into the sounds of this moment. allowing the sounds to pull us out of the past and out of the future. And see if you can recognize 3 different sounds. No need to label them or make any judgments, but simply sitting with each sound as you breathe in and out. Breathing in each sound, gratitude. Confident that sounds are no longer distracting. In fact, sounds help us to absorb and be in the moment even deeper and deeper as we continue. Now shift your awareness from those sounds into your body and notice the different sensations that your body can feel. Maybe it's the pillow beneath you or the clothes on your skin. And see if you can notice 3 different feelings as you breathe naturally in and out. If any thoughts come in about the past or the future, simply thank those thoughts for sharing and come back to the sounds and the feelings of this moment. Now taking a deep breath in, filling your entire chest with air. As you exhale, begin to stretch your body, wiggling your fingers and your toes. And slowly let your eyes flutter open. No need to focus on anything, but just notice any images or any sights. No need to move or adjust. Just look and see. Maybe notice 3 different objects. Breathing in and out. And now that your awareness is coming back to you, when you're ready, when your eyes are fully adjusted, use the palm of your hand to press up and sit in seated position. And bringing your hands to heart center. We're going to take a deep breath in a minute and exhale with a big oh. And I want you to feel that energy and push it out through through your sacral and chakras so we can cleanse that energy. Take a deep breath in. Oh. Namaste. Great. Normally people feel very self-conscious about it. You guys did great. So proud of you already. Take your time, get water after this. I hope that you'll join me for this program. If there's any way that we can make it accessible to you, let us know. We're here for you. If there's any questions, comments, or concerns, I'm here for another half an hour, and then you can email me if it's private as well. And I'm going to be sending you all a video of my husband's, so we get a man's perspective on this whole thing. So that'll be coming to you guys as well if you decide to join. Thank you guys. Take your time.